Become so disciplined, they can no longer control you. Power they have over you. Most people think control comes from force, authority, or manipulation. But in reality, the greatest control others have over you comes from your own weaknesses. If someone can control your emotions, your habits, your attention, or your decisions, they can influence the direction of your life. Discipline is the weapon that breaks those chains. When you become disciplined, you stop reacting impulsively and start acting intentionally. This video is about how discipline can make you mentally stronger, emotionally independent, and impossible to manipulate. One, understand how people gain control over you. Control rarely happens openly. It often comes through guilt, fear, approval-seeking, distractions, and emotional reactions. People learn what triggers you and use it to influence your choices. If your happiness depends on validation from others, they control your emotions. If your habits are driven by comfort and impulse, your environment controls your actions. The first step toward freedom is recognizing where control exists in your life and admitting that. Discipline, not motivation, is the solution to stop being a slave to your emotions. One of the biggest reasons people lose control of their lives is because they let emotions make decisions. Anger causes reckless actions. Fear stops progress. Sadness destroys consistency. Discipline teaches you to act based on your values rather than your feelings. The disciplined person still feels emotions, but they do not allow emotions to become the driver of their life. When you can stay calm while others panic, your strength becomes obvious. 3. Learn to do what needs to be done. Most people only work when they feel motivated. The problem is that motivation comes and goes. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Whether it's exercising, studying, working, or improving yourself, the disciplined individual shows up regardless of mood. This consistency creates a level of personal power that most people never achieve. 4. Master your daily habits. Your future is hidden inside your daily routine. Small habits repeated every day create either success or failure. If you constantly procrastinate, you train yourself to be weak. If you consistently follow through on your commitments, you train yourself to be strong. Discipline is not built through one big decision. It is built through thousands of small decisions made correctly every day. Control your habits, and you control your life. 5. Become comfortable with discomfort. Most manipulation works because people are desperate to avoid discomfort. They avoid difficult conversations, challenging work, rejection, and failure. Discipline teaches you to embrace discomfort instead of running from it. Every time you choose the harder but better option, you strengthen your mind. Over time, situations that once intimidated you become normal. The person who can tolerate discomfort cannot easily be controlled. 6. Protect your time like your life depends on it. Time is your most valuable resource. Yet many people allow others to waste it through unnecessary drama, distractions, and endless demands. Discipline means setting boundaries and respecting your own priorities. You don't need to explain every decision or justify every choice. The more intentional you become with your time, the harder it becomes for others to influence your direction. 7. Stop seeking approval. Approval is one of the strongest forms of control. When your self-worth depends on what others think, you become easy to manipulate. You start changing your behavior to gain acceptance. Discipline helps you build confidence through action rather than validation. Instead of asking, "Do people approve of me?" you begin asking, "Am I living according to my values?" That shift changes everything. 8. Control your attention. In today's world, attention is constantly under attack. Social media, notifications, entertainment, and endless distractions compete for your focus. Whoever controls your attention controls your life. Discipline means deciding where your focus goes instead of allowing outside forces to choose for you. A focused person can accomplish in a year what distracted people fail to achieve in a decade. 9. Develop emotional detachment. Many people become trapped because they react to every criticism, insult, or opinion. Discipline teaches emotional detachment. Not every comment deserves a response. Not every disagreement requires a battle. Sometimes the strongest response is silence. When you stop allowing others to dictate your emotional state, their ability to control you disappears. 10. Keep promises to yourself. Every time you break a promise to yourself, your self-confidence decreases. Every time you keep one, your self-respect grows. Discipline is ultimately about self-trust. If you say you'll wake up early, do it. If you say you'll finish a task, complete it. Keeping promises to yourself builds a foundation of inner strength that no external pressure can shake. 11. Build financial discipline. Money problems create dependence, and dependence often creates control. Financial discipline means spending wisely, saving consistently, and avoiding unnecessary debt. When you are financially responsible, you gain freedom. You can make decisions based on what is right rather than what is convenient. Discipline in your finances strengthens your independence in every area of life. 12. Become the person who cannot be manipulated. The ultimate goal of discipline is freedom. A disciplined person cannot be easily bribed by comfort, distracted by temptation, controlled by fear, or manipulated by approval. They make decisions based on principles rather than emotions. This doesn't happen overnight. It is built day by day, choice by choice, habit by habit. But once achieved, it creates a level of personal freedom that few people ever experience. Discipline is the highest form of freedom. Many people believe discipline restricts freedom, but the opposite is true. Lack of discipline creates dependence, weakness, and vulnerability to control. Discipline creates strength, confidence, and independence. The more disciplined you become, the less power others have over your thoughts, emotions, and actions. So if you truly want freedom, stop waiting for motivation. Build discipline. Because the day you master yourself is the day nobody else can control you.